As continuation of the last class, in the previous class we discussed about the calculation of the residues in different cases. In case of removable singularity, simple pole, pole of order m, isolated essential singularity, or residue at infinity. Right? Continuation. Find the residue of f of z. F of z is equal to z sine 1 by z. Now coming to the first solution. Right, f of z is equals to z into sine 1 by z. It's clear that z is equals to 0 is the singular point. Sine of 1 by 0 sine infinity is undefined. Z is equal, it is not analytic at z is equals to 0. So in the neighborhood of except 0 the function is analytic. So we say that z is equal to 0 is the isolated singular point. Not only isolated singular point, if you see this one, it is z is equal to 0 is the isolated or essential isolated singularity. F of x has, that means f of z has essential isolated essential singularity, isolated essential singularity at z is equals to 0. That means as we discussed in the 5 cases, removable singularity, simple pole, I given the formula, pole of order m, I given the formula. In case of isolated essential singularity, we are trying to expand f of z as a Lorentz series. Then you take the coefficient of 1 by z minus z naught in case of about z is equal, where z naught is a isolated singular point. Right, now I am trying to expand. So now we expand f of z as Lorentz series about z is equals to 0. Right, you know that since f of z is equals to, here it is z into sine 1 by z. Right, we know that sine z expansion, sine 1 by z we have, that it is z minus, since sine z expansion we have Maclaurin series about z is equal to 0 means Maclaurin series expansion, z minus z cube divided by 3 factorial, z to the power of 5 divided by 5 factorial, so on. Right, it is in case of z we have 1 by z, so 1 by z minus 1 by z whole cube, 1 by z cube, 1 by 3 factorial into z cube plus 1 by 5 factorial into z to the power of 5 minus so on. So multiplying with z, it becomes z by z, it is 1 minus 1 by 3 factorial, it is z by z cube, it is z square. Next here it is 1 by 5 factorial, z by z to the power of 5 is z to the power of 4 minus so on. This is the Lorentz series expansion for f of z. Right, when we are expanding the function f of z as a Lorentz series, the coefficient of z minus z naught is b1 divided by, when we have b1 divided by z minus z naught plus b2 divided by z minus z naught whole square. So this b1 is called residue. Here it is about z is equals to 0. That means only the negative powers of z existing in this case. So here it is, we don't have any z here, z minus 0 it is 0, we don't have any 1 by z here. So what is the coefficient of 1 by z in this expansion? There is no, therefore residue of f of z at z is equals to 0, there is no term 1 by z existing here. So here it is we have 0, residue is 0. So that means the residue of f of z is equals to z sine 1 by z. This is a special case. Yes, when we have the f of z has isolated essential singularity at z is equals to 0, right, we can expand f of z as a Lorentz series, then we take out the coefficient of 1 by z minus z naught. In case of z naught is the isolated singular point, but z is equal to 0, so in this case we take the coefficient of 1 by z here. Okay, next, this is the problem. Next, second one. F of z is equals to z cos 1 by z. Right, here clearly that means f of z has in same has isolated essential singularity at z is equals to 0. So the Lorentz series expansion for f of z is what? Z into cos 1 by z here. But you know that Maclaurin series expansion about 0 for cos z. Cos z is equals to 1 minus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube z to the power of 4 divided by 4 factorial minus z to the power of 6 divided by 6 factorial, so on. Right, which is z into, that is the cos z expansion about z is equals to 0. Cos 1 by z, we can write it 1 minus 1 by z whole square, that is 1 by 2 factorial into z square plus 1 by 4 factorial into z to the power of 4 x, so on. So multiplying with 1 by z, here it is z, here it is z, minus 1 by 2 factorial into z by z square is z, plus 1 by 4 factorial into z by z to the power of 4 is z cube, minus so on. Right, this is the Lorentz series expansion of f of z is equal to z cos 1 by z. In this case, I am going to concentrating on the coefficient of 1 by z. What is the coefficient of 1 by z here? Now, the residue of f of z at z is equals to 0 is the coefficient of z is equal to 0, that's why I am taking the coefficient of. So suppose some z is equal to z naught, the coefficient of 1 by z minus z naught. So here the coefficient is minus 1 by 2 factorial, which is equals to minus 1 by 2 is the residue. Right, we covered in first case. We found the residue of f of z at in case of a removable singularity, simple pole. Next we take the problems on pole of order m also. Right, these two problems on isolated essential singularity. Next, next one, find the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity of the following. At z is equals to infinity of the following f of z. First one, z to the power of 4 plus z square divided by z cube. Second one, z divided by e to the power of z square, e to the power of minus z square plus 1. Third one, z cube cos 1 by z. We need to find the residue of f of z, z is equals to infinity. But now coming to the first one, f of z is equals to z to the power of 4 plus z square by z cube. Since we know that the direct formula for finding the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity, since the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity same as minus residue of g of w at w is equals to infinity, where g of w is equals to 1 by w square into f of 1 by w. Clear now? The residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity is same as minus residue of g of w at w is equals to 0, or similarly you can write it minus residue of some function here w is equals to 0, here f of 1 by w square into 1 by w square into f of 1 by w. Now coming to the residue of f of z, residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity same as, so minus residue of w is equals to 0, 1 by w square into f of 1 by w. Just you take z is equals to 1 by w here. Here it is 1 by w to the power of 4 plus 1 by w square divided by 1 by w cube, which is equals to minus residue of w is equals to 0, 1 by w square here into, in this case w to the power of 4 is the LCM, 1 plus w square by 1 by w to the power of 3, which is same as residue of w is equal to w is equal to 0, 1 by w square, a by b divided by c by d, they are the fractions. So 1 plus w square divided by w to the power of 4 to w cube by 1. Here it is w cube get cancelled, remaining one w here. Here it is minus residue of w is equals to 0. In the numerator we have 1 plus w square, that's all. In the denominator w into w square, it is w cube. So which is same as residue of w is equal about w is equals to 0, 1 by w cube plus w square divided by w cube, it is 1 by w, right? Which is a Lorentz expansion. Here it is no need to write any formula here. You take the about w is equal to 0 here. You take the coefficient of 1 by w. What is there, the coefficient of 1 by w here? Here it is, which is equal to the coefficient of 1 by w here. Here it is 1 is there, therefore which is equals to, before minus is there, minus 1. Therefore the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity is minus 1. Is it clear? Direct formula, just we take z is equals to 1 by w multiplying with w 1 by w square, as about z is equals to about w is equals to 0. This is the way of evaluating the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity. Next, now coming to the second problem. F of z is equals to z divided by e to the power of minus z square plus 1. Right. Residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity is same as minus residue of 1 by w square f of 1 by w at w is equals to 0, which is minus residue w is equals to 0 1 by w square into z, it is 1 by w. Here it is e to the power of minus 1 by w square plus 1. Right. This can be written as which is if you write this minus residue w is equals to 0 1 by w cube, as we can write it into 1 divided by e to the power of minus 1 by w square plus 1. Right, it is minus 1 residue of w is equals to 0 1 by w cube into 1 divided by 1 plus, yes, e to the power of 1 by w expansion, you know that. Yes, if you take the e to the power of 1 by w expansion, e to the power of z expansion, e to the power of z is equals to 1 plus z square by 2 factorial z cube divided by 3 factorial plus so on. E to the power of minus z is what? 1 minus z plus z square by 2 factorial minus z cube by 3 factorial so on. Here it is e to the power of, in case of z, minus 1 by w square is there, 1 minus z, it is nothing but 1 by w square. Next, z square is nothing but plus 1 by 2 factorial into 1 by w square whole square, it is w to the power of 4 plus so on. See this expansion, if you are multiplying with 1 by w or w cube also, yes, you don't get any term, right, of 1 by w something, right? Yes, when we have the expansion, when you write the expansion, if you write this something into 1 by w, some coefficient into 1 by w, this coefficient considered to be residue. Yes, there is no possibility in this expansion, right? We don't have any single 1 by w term, so that means 0 into something, we may write it, so the residue is what? 0. Therefore the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity for the function z divided by e to the power of minus z square plus 1. It is easy way to identify the residue here. Right, next. Next, third one, f of z is equals to z cube cos 1 by z. Right, the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity, same as minus residue of 1 by w square f of 1 by w, that is z of w actually. So it is z is equals to, sorry, not z, it is in terms of function of w, so w is equals to 0 minus residue w is equals to 0. I am trying to expand it, so here it is 1 by w square. No need to write everywhere w, residue of w is equal to 0. That means when I am writing this, I am going to concentrating on the coefficient of 1 by w. Right, here it is f of 1 by w. F of 1 by w is what? It is 1 by w cube cos of 1 by z is equal to 1 by w. 1 divided by 1 by w, it is w. Right, so minus residue, right, 1 by w to the power of 5. You know that cos w expansion, cos z expansion, 1 minus w divided by w, so 1 minus sin z is x minus x cube. Here cos z expansion, 1 minus z plus z square by 2 1 minus z square by 2 factorial plus z to the power of 4 divided by 4 factorial, so on. 1 minus w square divided by 2 factorial plus w to the power of 4 divided by 4 factorial minus so on. This is expansion. No multiplying with the residue of w is equals to 0. 1 by w to the power of 5. So it is 1 by w to the power of 5. W square divided by w to the power of 5. It is 1 by 2 factorial into w cube. S plus 1 by 4 factorial into 1 by w we have. W to the power of 4 divided by w to the power of 5. So minus so on. I don't want to write the remaining terms, right? But I am going to concentrating on what? The coefficient of 1 by w. So residue is what? Minus half. 1 by 4 factorial, it is 1 by 24. So the residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity is minus 1 by 24. Right, this is the calculation of the residues. Just one more thing we left here. That is finding the residue of f of z when z is equals to a is a pole of order m. Right, we cover in the next theorem. Right, this is the calculation of the residues in different cases. The residue of f of z when f of z has a removable singularity, in that case the residue is equals to 0. We can, no terms are existing in the principal part of the Lorentz expansion. Next, in case of simple pole, as I recall the formulas, residue of f of z in case of removable, f of z has removable singularity, residue is equals to 0. Second one, in case of simple pole, residue is what? Limit z tending to z naught when z naught is a isolated singular point and it is a simple pole, z minus z naught into f of z. Let's see, if z naught is a pole of order m, then the residue is equals to 1 by m minus 1 factorial, limit z tending to z naught as d to the power of m minus 1 divided by dz to the power of m minus 1, z minus z naught all to the power of m into f of z here. This is the formula. Next, fourth one, as in case of essential singularity. Essential singularity means, yes, if the f of z has isolated essential singularity, that means in the principal part contains infinite number of terms. So in that case, we expand f of z as Lorentz series. Yes, after expanding the f of z in terms as a Lorentz series, then you take the coefficient of 1 by z minus z naught. About z is equal to z naught if you are expanding. Right, the coefficient of 1 minus z naught, z minus z naught, this gives the residue. Next, fifth one, right, residue at z is equals to infinity. Residue at z is equals to infinity same as residue of f of z at z is equals to infinity same as minus residue of no need to write the z of w everywhere. So w is equals to 0, 1 by w square into, it is a g of, not the g of, it is f of 1 by w. Right, this is the different ways for the calculating the residues, right, based on the types of singularities. It is removable singularity, simple pole, pole of order m, Here it is essential singularity. Here it is not about z is equal 0, z is equal to z naught. Here it is essential singularity, isolated essential singularity. Here it is a residue at infinity. Now, this is the calculation of residues. Next, important theorem for here. When we are defining the residue concept, it is very important for calculating the contour integration, right? So now we should concentrating on this. So how we know that? Yes, each isolated singular point contributes, right? In case of evaluating the integral, right? So they are called residues. So it is very important theorem, or it is evaluation of the contour integrals using residues. Evaluation of contour integrals using residues concept or residues. Right, in this case we write one theorem, that is Cauchy's residue theorem. Cauchy's residue theorem. Right. The statement of the Cauchy's residue theorem is, let C be the simple. Let C be simple piecewise smooth closed curve, piecewise smooth closed curve, and f of z is analytic, f of z analytic inside C except inside C except at a finite number of isolated singular points z1, z2, z3, so on zn lying inside C. These points lying inside C, then contour integral C f of z dz is equals to as a 2 pi I into sum of the residues at sum of the residues of f of z, sum of the residues of f of z at isolated singular points, So this can be written as integral C f of z dz is equals to 2 pi I into, right, suppose at z1 the residue of f of z at z1 I am taking r1, right, the residue of f of z at z2, that isolated singular point z2 is r2, next plus r3, so on, the residue of f of z is equals to zn is rn, right. The residues concepts will give the value of the integral, right. Listen, the statement is what? Let C be a simple piecewise smooth and closed curve. There is a simple and smooth curve, closed curve, and f of z is analytic inside C except some finite number of isolated singular points z1, z2, z3, so on zn, they are lying inside C. Then the integral value, yes, we can get the integral value by using this 2 pi I into sum of the residues of f of z at isolated singular points. That means see this, just you take this is a simple closed curve. See f of z is analytic except these points, this here it is z2, here it is z3, so on, here it is zn. It is z1, we can draw the one c1, here it is closed, so here it is c2, in the neighborhood it is c3, here it is cn. So in this case we evaluate the residues for each and every isolated singular point and adding them and multiplying with the 2 pi I, that gives the contour integral value, right? This is Cauchy's residue theorem, very very important theorem. Now yes, this is Seebeck curve. F of z is analytic inside C except some points. Except some points means they are the singular points. Not only singular points, they are the isolated singular points. They are lying inside C. So integral value like this. Now coming to the problems on this, how we are going to find the contour integration. F of z is evaluate the following integral by using residue theorem. Right? So we can write the one statement here. Evaluate the following integral by using Cauchy residue theorem, Cauchy's residue theorem, or simply residue theorem. Let's evaluate integral C 1 by e to the power of z minus 1 dz divided by e to the power of z minus 1, where C is the contour, that is mod z is equals to 1. Clear? Yes, we can solve this problem by using Cauchy's integral formula also. When you are comparing the problems with Cauchy's, by applying Cauchy's integral formula and Cauchy's residue theorem, you can get the clarity, right? It's very easy compared to that one. Okay? Here, the poles of f of z. First I am trying to identify the singularities, right? The singular points, the singularities of f of z. Suppose if I am taking, let f of z is equals to 1 by e to the power of z minus 1. Yes, that means the singularities are given by singular points or singularities, or direct you can write it, the poles of f of z are given by the poles it is nothing but every pole is a singular point, right? The singularities of f of z are given by f of z are given by, if the denominator is equal to 0, then the function is not analytic, given by e to the power of z minus 1 is equals to 0. That implies e to the power of z is equals to 1, which is equals to, that implies this can be written as e to the power of z is equals to, you know that e to the power of pi I will take the pi I, not only pi I am taking 2n pi I, whatever n you are taking, n is equals to 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2, so on. These are the singular points. That means z is equals to what we have, z is equals to 2n pi I, right? These are the singular points. And these are the poles. If I am taking n is equals to 0, you will get z is equals to 0. N is equals to 1, you will get 2 pi I, right? N is equals to minus 1, you get minus 2 pi I. Like that you will get the different poles, right? And which are simple poles, right? Not repeated. So it is, they are the simple poles. Yes, which are the poles are which are simple poles, right? Which are simple poles. Is it possible to identify the, we may find the residue at each and every simple pole by taking in the last class also we did some problems, but now I am going to concentrating on our region. Our region is what, mod z is equals to 1, it is circle, right? It is mod z is equals to 1, this is the circle. So in that singularities you should consider whatever the singular points we are taking, z0, z1, z2, z3, they are the isolated singular point lying inside the closure contour, then we can apply the Cauchy's residue theorem here. Here if I am taking n is equals to 0, z is equals to 0. Oh yes, z is equals to 0, n is equals to 1, 2 pi I. 2 pi I not lie inside the mod z is equals to 1, right? Only z is equals to 0 lie inside the mod z is equals to 1. That means we find the residue of f of z at z is equals to 0 only, right? That's the residue of f of z, z is equal to 0. Only one point existing here inside the function is analytic everywhere except this one. That's why it is a singular point. You know that at this isolated singular point I am going to find the residue. Now the residue of f of z at z is equals to 0. Yes, so it is simple pole, no? Z tending to 0, z minus 0 into f of z. z minus z naught, here the first formula, z tending to 0, here z into f of z is equals to what we have, 1 by e to the power of z minus 1. Limit z tending to 0, z divided by e to the power of z minus 1. If you write z as tending to 0, 0 by 0, undetermined form. In this case, you take you can apply the L'Hospital rule. Here you have limit z tending to 0, z derivative is 1, e to the power of z derivative is e to the power of z minus 0. Right now as z tending to 0, which is equals to 1 divided by e to the power of 0, which is equals to 1. The residue is what? Residue is equals to, the residue, simply you can write the residue r is equals to a residue of f of z at z is equals to 0 is equals to, we have 1. Right, by residue theorem, by Cauchy's residue theorem, integral c f of z dz is equals to, here it is 2 pi I into sum of the residue. Only one point existing here, one isolated singular point inside the unit circle. That's why only we have one residue here, that is 1 here, which is 1. The answer is 2 pi I. This is a great advantage of the residues concept, right? Okay, next. Is it clear? Second one, now we take this problem. F of evaluate integral c, or you can write it the evaluate. The reason also very important. If the reason is not given, entire complete what do you say, entire plane is given, in that case you can add the infinite residues are existing here, as sum of the infinite residues into 2 pi I. Yes, if the reason is entire plane or complex plane or finite complex plane, right? Okay, evaluate integral c e to the power of z minus 1 divided by z into z minus 1 into z minus 1 into z minus I whole square. Yeah, z into z minus 1 into z minus I whole square dz. Here two cases we have. First one, mod z is equals to, c is a circle, mod z is equals to 1 by 2. Second one, mod z is equals to 2. Right. First, the poles of f of z, you are writing the poles, writing the singularities direct. I am writing the poles of f of z are given by, if we take the f, this is our f of z, let f of z is equals to, e to the power of z minus 1 divided by z minus 1 z minus I whole square. The poles of f of z are given by z minus 1 z minus I whole square is equals to 0. That implies z is equals to 0, z is equals to 1, z is equals to I, comma I, or 2 are there. So z is equals to 0, comma z is equals to 1 are repeated ones, so it is, they are simple poles. Next, z is equals to I, comma I, z is equals to I is a pole of order 2. Okay, now coming to the first problem. But now I am going to concentrating on the region. Then only after writing the poles, so after identifying the poles, you should concentrating on the region. What is the, why we concentrating on the region here? If you draw the region, if you draw the rough region, yes, you can identify which points, which poles lies inside the sea or outside the sea. Inside the sea, at those points we find the residues. Outside sea, we no need to write the residue here. C is the circle with mod z is equals to 1 by 2, right? Just you are trying to draw the rough diagram for this. Here it is 0, here it is 1 by 2, here it is I by 2, it is minus I by 2, here it is minus 1 by 2. You will get the clarity on this. Okay. But here we have these isolated, these are the singular points, isolated singular points. Z is equals to 0, Z is equals to 1, Z is equals to I. Here z is equals to 1 existing here, z is equals to I existing here, z is equals to 0 inside C. So only z is equals to 0 lies inside C. So we can find the residue. Residue of f of z at z is equals to 0, that can be written as R, which is equals to, what is the formula? Limit z tendings to z naught, z minus z naught into f of z. Yes, you may take it that formula also. Yes, what is that? Pi of z divided by psi of z. But pi of z no problem at all. Psi of z is the product of the three functions. Not 3, 4. So for finding the psi dash of z, there is a problem, right? So better to take based on the situation we are taking, right? There is no rule for that. Okay, here it is z tendings to what? Not z 0, z minus 0 into e to the power of z minus 1 divided by, here it is z into z minus 1 into z minus I whole square, right? Here z get cancelled. As z tendings to 0, e to the power of 0 is what? 1 minus 1 divided by 0 minus 1 into 0 minus I whole square. Here it is numerator is 0, 0 by anything it is 0. So residue is 0. Yes, when we have the residue is 0, so integral C, only one isolated singular point existing inside this C, right? F of z dz is equals to 2 pi I into sum of the residue, only one residue is there, so which is 2 pi I into, it is 0, which is equals to 0 here, right? If you get the 0, then we by the Cauchy's integral theorem cannot be applied here. Why? One singular point is existing, that may be 0, may not be 0, that is the integral value, right? Okay, now it is clear for the first one. Now coming to second one. Yes, up to now what we have, what are the poles we have? Z is equals to 0, z is equals to 1 are the simple poles, z is equals to I is a pole of order 2. Right, now I am going to concentrating on taking the second condition. Okay, I am going to rub here. Okay, now second one, C is mod z is equals to 2. This is the circle, right? What are the poles here? Z is equal to 0 lies inside, z is equal to 1 lies inside, z is equal to I lies inside. Yes, therefore z is equals to 0, z is equals to 1, z is equals to I lies inside the C mod z is equals to 2. That means how many residues we need to find here? Residue of f of z at z is equals to 0, residue of f of z at z is equals to 1, residue of f of z at z is equals to I. But you know that just now you find here the residue of f of z at z is equals to 0, we have that it can be taken as r1 is equals to 0 in the previous problem. You will get the same thing, right? The function is same. Next, the residue of second case r2 is equals to residue of f of z at z is equals to 1, which is limit z tendings to 1. It is a simple pole, that's why I am taking this formula. Yes, limit z tendings to 1, z minus 1 into, right? Here it is f of z. So limit z tendings to 1, z minus 1 into, yes, f of z, what we have f of z here? E to the power of z minus 1 divided by z minus 1, z minus I whole square. So z minus 1 get cancelled as z tendings to 1, e to the power of 1, that is e minus 1 divided by 1 into 1 minus I whole square. So e minus 1 divided by 1 minus I whole square. If you are simplifying e minus 1 divided by 1 minus I whole square, 1 plus I square, that is minus 1, it is minus 2I, right? Here it is 1 minus 1 get cancelled. Is it clear? 1 minus I whole square, it is 1 square plus I square, it is minus 1 minus 2I. Here it is, so you take the 2I divided by 2I, we have 2i into e minus 1 divided by what we have minus 4i square. Minus 4i square is equal to minus 1, which is 4. Right, this is R2 we have. Is it clear? This is the R2. Now we can find the R3. So first R1 is equals to 0. Residue of f of z at z is equals to 0 is 0. R2 is equals to 2i into e minus 1 divided by 4. Now we find the residue of f of z at z is equals to I. But here z is equals to I is not a simple pole, it is a pole of order 2. Right. Now residue of f of z at z is equals to I, that is R3, which is equal to pole of order 3, which is 1 by m minus 1 factorial limit z tending to z naught d to the power of m minus 1 divided by dz to the power of m minus 1 z minus z naught all to the power of m into f of z. This is the formula here. So m is equal to pole of order 2, no? M is equal to 2, 1 minus 2 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1 factorial, it is 1. So limit z tending to I, okay, d to the power of 2 minus 1 divided by dz to the power of 2 minus 1, so it is d by dz. Here it is z minus z naught is I, no, whole square. F of z, what is there? E to the power of z minus 1 divided by z into z minus 1 into z minus I whole square. Here z minus I whole square, z minus I whole square get cancelled. So here it is limit z tending to I. Now it is in the form of, so you may write it one step, no need. Here d to the power of z minus 1 divided by z square minus z. Okay, now it is in the form of limit z tending to I, right, u by v, you know that derivative, 1 by z square minus z whole square, right, 1 by v square into z square minus z into the derivative of e to the power of z minus 1 is e to the power of z minus e to the power of z minus 1 into the derivative of z square is 2z minus z derivative is minus 1. Right, better to write the e to the power of z tending to I here, 1 divided by I square minus I square is minus 1, yes, if you write it I square minus I whole square, I square minus I into e to the power of I, right, minus e to the power of I minus 1 into 2 into I minus 1. That means you will get the residue R3 here. Right, we have R1, R2, R3. Simplifying it, yes, if you are simplifying, then finally you can write the value, right? Yes, I square is equal to minus 1 minus I whole square. Expand it and simplifying it, you will get the R3. So after getting R3, integral C f of z dz is equals to as 2 pi I into sum of the residues. Residue at 0 is a simple pole. Residue at 1, R1 is a simple pole. Residue at I, it is a pole of order 2. So 2 pi I into, as you substitute that values and multiplying, you will get the answer. The answer is, you are going to simplify it. Pi I, yes, which is equals to, the answer is pi I IE minus 3e to the power of I plus 2, right? Verify it. Okay, this is the problem. Next, as here it is, as you do one thing, you simplifying it to R3 and substituting it, you will get the answer. Next, evaluate integral C e to the power of z by z plus 1 whole to the power of n dz where C is the circle center at 0 and radius is 2. Right. Let f of z is equals to e to the power of z divided by z plus 1 whole to the power of n. The poles of f of z, the poles of f of z the poles of f of z are given by z plus 1 whole to the power of n is equals to 0, z is equals to minus 1, which is a pole of how many times it is repeated? Which is a pole of order n. Right. Now I am going to draw the given region. Right. Here this is the region 2, mod z is equals to 2. Okay. But z is equals to minus 1. Here it is z is equals to minus 1. Here 1 is there. But minus 1 inside the region. We can find the residue. Now we can find the residue of f of z. Residue of f of z at z is equals to minus 1, which is a pole of order n, right, which is equals to 1 by, direct I am writing the formula, n minus 1 factorial, pole of order n here, 1 minus n factorial, limit z tending to minus 1, d to the power of n minus 1 divided by dz to the power of n minus 1. Direct formula I am taking. Okay, z minus of minus 1, that is z plus 1 whole to the power of n into e to the power of z divided by z plus 1 whole to the power of n. Is it clear now? Z plus 1 whole to the power of n, z plus 1 whole to the power of n get cancelled. 1 by n minus 1 factorial into limit z tending to minus 1. So what we have, d to the power of n divided by dz to the power of, d to the power of n minus 1 dz to the power of n minus 1 of e to the power of z. E to the power of z derivative is what? E to the power of z. Second derivative is e to the power of z. Third derivative is e to the power of z. N derivative is e to the power of z, which is equals to n minus 1 derivative also e to the power of z. Limit z tending to minus 1. Here it is e to the power of 1, which is 1 by n minus 1 factorial into e to the power of minus 1, which is 1 by e into n minus 1 factorial, which is the residue. That is nothing but r. Okay, the integral value, tell me. The integral is integral c, the e to the power of z divided by z plus 1 whole to the power of n dz is equals to 2 pi I into, yes, that is the residue, only one point existing here. Yes, it is r, 2 pi I into 1 by e into n minus 1 factorial. Right, this is the integral value. Next. Next, fourth one, evaluate integral c z e to the power of 1 by z, where c is the circle, mod z is equals to 1. It is easy when we have the mod z is equals to 1 or mod z is equals to k. If you have the mod z is equals to k, it is a circle, center at 0 and radius is k. If you have z minus z naught is equals to k, there is a problem, right? You can find the distance, whatever the pole or singularity existing here. Yes, suppose if you have the region C mod z minus z naught is equals to some k is there. So in this case you will get some pole z1 is there, so z2 is there. Yes, if you find the distance from z1 to z0, so z1 to z0, the distance is less than k inside. The distance from z2 to z0 if we greater than k outside, right? Is it clear? Okay, we take some problems on that case also. right? It is very easy, right? Center at origin, no problem at all. Like we can take the points easily, right? We can inspect the points easily, right? Whether lie inside the region or outside the region, right? Listen, how we can identify the here? If you take this problem, f of z is equals to z e to the power of 1 by z. How we are going to identify the what poles? Clearly here z is equals to here, if you see z is equals to 0, e to the power of 1 by 0 is not defined. So what we have, z is equals to 0 is that is isolated is essential singularity, right? That is the case here. Okay, that implies f of z has isolated essential singularity at z is equals to 0. So in this case, how we are going to take the residue? By expanding f of z as the Lorentz series. So f of z is equals to z e to the power of 1 by z, which is z into e to the power of z expansion. You know that 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by z whole square divided by 2 factorial plus 1 by z whole cube divided by 3 factorial plus so on, right? So z into 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by 2 factorial into z square plus 1 by 3 factorial into z cube plus so on. So which is z plus 1 by 2 factorial into z plus 1 by 3 factorial into z square plus so on. From this you will get the residue, right? How? What is the residue here? The coefficient of about z is equal to 0, the coefficient of 1 by z. About z is equals to z naught, the coefficient of 1 by z minus z naught. What is the coefficient here? 1 by 2 factorial. So residue of f of z at z is equals to 0 is 1 by 2 factorial, which is 1 by 2. So from this we can write the integral value, right? So integral c z e to the power of 1 by z is equals to 2 pi I into only one residue existing here, so it is 1 by 2, which is the answer is pi I. Right, next. That 0 lies inside the region also. If you write the region as mod z is equals to 1, here 0 lies inside the region. Next, if you take the problem, sine of 1 by z. Next problem in that, integral c sine of 1 by z. It is c is mod z is equals to 1. See, it is defined for every z. F of z is equals to, if you take the f of z is equals to sine 1 by z, it is defined for every z except z is equals to 0. That means f of z has isolated essential singularity at z is equals to 0. So we can write the Lorentz series expansion. Based on that we get the residue. F of z is equals to sine 1 by z is equals to sine z expansion z minus z cube by 3 factorial. Z is nothing but 1 by z minus 1 by z whole cube divided by 3 factorial. Next 1 by z whole to the power of 5 divided by 5 factorial, so on. So which is equals to 1 by z. I don't want to concentrating on the other terms, only 1 by z is enough for me, right? 1 by 3 factorial into z cube, 1 by z to the power of 5, into 5 factorial into z to the power of 5, so on. Right, the coefficient of 1 by z is a residue. Residue of f of z at z is equals to 0 is 1. Right, the region is, this is the region, mod z is equals to 1. So what is the integral value here? F of z dz is equals to, so integral c sin z dz is equals to, here it is 2 pi I into 1, which is 2 pi I. Next, evaluate. Integral C dz divided by z to the power of 4 plus 1. Yeah. Now coming to solution. Let f of z is equals to 1 divided by z to the power of 4 plus 1. The poles of f of z are given by z to the power of 4 plus 1 is equals to 0. So if we are writing z to the power of 4 is equals to minus 1, z is equals to minus 1 whole to the power of 1 by 4, that implies z is equals to, you can write it like this, e to the power of 2n plus 1 into pi I, the odd multiple of pi I, whole to the power of 1 by 4, which is e to the power of 2n plus 1 into pi I by 4. By taking the different values, you may get the different. But in this case, if you solve this equation or other methods also, right, z to the power of 4 plus 1, I am writing the roots directly, right, z is equals to, here we have 1 plus I by root 2. If I am taking n is equals 0, you can get the pi by 4, e to the power of pi I by 4, you will get the 1 plus I by root 2. Yes, here it is z1 I am taking, z2 is equals to 1 minus I by root 2, z3 is equals to, the roots of z to the power of 4 plus 1 is equals to 0, is 1 minus I by root, here z3 is equals to 1 plus I by root 2, 1 minus I by root 2, minus 1 minus I by 2. Next, z4 is equals to minus 1 plus I by 2. These are the roots here. Okay, now coming to the region. What is the region here? It is center at 1, radius is 1. It is the, see the region, center at 1, radius is 1, center at 1. Here it is 1, here we have 2, here it is 0, here it is 1 comma 1, it is like that we have now. See, 1 plus I by root 2, 1 plus I by root 2, but that means 1 plus, if you find the distance, 1 plus I by root 2, 1, that is positive. Yes, it is positive existing first coordinate. 1 minus I by root 2, x is positive, y is negative. Here it is, sorry, it is root 2 also. This is existing, these 2 points, z1, here it is z1 is there, here it is z2 is there. Only z1 and z2 lies inside the circle, and these are z3, z4 lies outside the circle. Why? Yes, that is x is negative. The region formed in first coordinate, fourth coordinate. X is negative, it is here x is negative, y is negative, so it is fourth coordinate, the region not covering. Here it is x is negative, y is positive, that is the second coordinate, the region is not covering. Only z1 comma z2 lies inside the circle, inside the region C. Okay, now I am going to find the residue of f of z at z is equals to, at z is equals to z1. Yes, r1 I am taking, residue of f of z at z is equals to z1. How we are going to find this residue? Here it is yes, it is not possible to write the factors, right? z minus z1 into z minus z2 into z minus z3 into z minus z4. So in this case we know that I'm going to apply that one, right? Here it is. What I'm writing directly, I'm writing here pi of z naught divided by psi dash of z naught. Is it clear? Where if I am taking pi of z is equals to, sorry, z naught, not z naught, here z1 is there. Pi of z is equals to 1, psi of z is equals to z to the power of 4 plus 1, which is equals to pi of z1 is 1 only, right? It is psi dash of z1 is nothing but 4z cube, 4z cube, z1 cube, the derivative of z to the power of 4, right? It is 1 can be written as what? You may write it. So which is equals to, from this z to the power of 4 is equals to minus 1, no? So that implies 1 is equals to minus z to the power of 4. So z1 is our root, no? Minus z1 cube, z1 to the power of 4 divided by 4 z1 cube, which is minus z1 divided by 4. So minus z1 is what? Minus of 1 plus I by 4 root 2. Right, in the same way, R2 is equals to residue of f of z at z is equals to z2. So which is pi of z2 divided by psi dash of z2, you will get the same thing, right? Minus z2 divided by 4. See this, the same way. Here it is 1 is replaced by minus z, 1 is equals to minus z to the power of 4, or minus z1 to the power of 4 is equals to 1. So which is equals to minus of 1 minus I by 4 root 2. Right, the integral value, integral C f of z dz is equals to 2 pi I into r1 plus r2. So 2 pi I into, substitute this value and adding, you will get the answer. The answer is minus pi I by root 2. Minus pi I by root 2. This is your answer. Right? This is the evaluation process. Is it clear? We have these 4 roots for these values, but the only z1 and z2 lies inside the circle, center at 1 and radius is 1. Right? I am evaluating the residues in this process. Yes, when we apply this one, when we apply they are the simple poles, right? Not repeated. Yes, if you go for that one, you may write it z to the power of 4 plus 1 as a product of the factors. That is not possible. That's why I am taking this one. This is the alternative formula for in case of calculating the residue at a simple pole. Next. Next problem. Evaluate integral C z plus 1 into cot z by 2. C is the circle, mod z is equals to 1. Let f of z is equals to z plus 1 into cot z by 2, which is z plus 1 into, that is cos z by 2 divided by sin z by 2. The poles are given by denominator is there, no problem at all, right? The poles of f of z are given by sin z by 2 is equals to 0. That implies z by 2 is equals to n pi. N is equal to 0 plus or minus 1, so on. That implies z is equals to 2n pi, 0 plus or minus 1, so on. But they are the simple poles. But are we take all the poles? No. Why? The reason is mod z is equals to 1. In this case, if I am taking n is equals to 1 here, 2 pi lies outside the region, mod z is equals to 1. Minus 2 pi lies outside the region. Only if I am taking n is equals to 0, z is equals to 0. Right, z is equals to 0 is the simple pole. All the poles are simple poles, but what are the poles lies inside the region? We should concentrating on this one, this point only. Simple pole lies inside mod z is equals to 1. Okay, now I am going to find the residue. Residue of f of z at z is equals to 0, that is r, which is equals to limit z tendings to 0. Yes, I don't want to direct, I am taking. Here it is limit z tendings to 0. Here what I am taking? Z tendings to 0, z minus 0 is z plus 1 into cos z by 2 f of z, cos z by 2. So this can be cos z by 2 can be sin z by 2 divided by, here it is sin z by 2 divided by cos z by 2, sorry, cos z by 2 divided by sin z by 2. Yes, here this can be written as, I am going to multiplying with 2 and dividing with 2, limit z tendings to 2, here it is z by 2 divided by sin z by 2. Is it clear? Multiplying with 2, dividing with 2, 2 to get cancelled, z we have. And separating the two functions are there, three functions are there. I am separating the limits. I am going to take this term only. Remaining two terms, limit z tendings to 0, right, cos or z plus 1 into cos z by 2 here, right, 2 into, if you take z by 2 to the denominator, here we have, this can be written as limit z tendings to 0, 1 divided by sin z by 2 divided by z by 2 into 0 plus 1 cos 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, cos 0 is 1. As you know that limit z by 2 tends to 0, as the limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, this is 1 also, right, 1 divided by 1 into 2. So the residue is, the residue r is equals to 1. So the answer is integral c f of z dz is equals to 2 pi I into r, which is 2 pi I, right. This is the problem. Okay.